Hello, hello! Ooh. Welcome to Beauty News January Part 2. Hooray! It is hot, so ignore us if we're just like sweat so mustache. Hot. It's pretty damn hot.
Yeah, it's hard times in Melbourne.
Yeah, and we've got a lot to talk about today, but we might also try to run through it as quick as possible because we have some destroying to do. So,
yeah, go and break shit.
Yeah, we like to break shit up and yeah, we have to do that after this, so yeah, good times. But yeah, we're going to be talking about sponges a lot, silicone sponges a lot, and just so happens that the destroying video that went up this week was a silicone sponge one. We don't know how it concluded because we're filming it now, but
we haven't done it yet. Hopefully it'll be interesting.
Hopefully it's made like actually a video and we can put it up and we're not like just referring to nothing in the corner.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
That could be a thing, knowing us.
Smart editing might be needed.
Yes. Like, yeah, anyway, so we're starting with updates as per usual. The Jaclyn Hill collab that she was talking about the other week. We did say last week that the kind of rumours were that it's going to be a Makeup Geek one.
Yeah.
Before we got to put that video up, she did say, like, it was in between, this is always the issue.
Yeah.
When we film it on a Monday, put it up on a Friday, and in between she actually said that definitely not Makeup Geek. And some people in the group are also suggesting that it might be the new Violet Voss palette, that's a Ride or Die palette, which has just come out.
Yes.
So the full price is like $75 US. Yes. I think it's a bit cheaper if you bought it first or pre-ordered or something.
Yeah, so there was a special launch.
Yeah.
Special on price. The 12th. Thursday the 12th to Sunday the 15th. There's a special launch and it was $68.
Yeah. Or is, because that's currently when this video is going up,
is,
right in the middle of it. So,
mate, it's hot. Forgive us.
We can't predict the future.
No.
Anyway, so so if you do want to check it out for the special price, $68 from the Violet Voss website.
Yeah.
But otherwise it'll go up to $75.
Yeah.
And we don't think it's Jaclyn Hill because it's already come out.
Yeah.
And her face is nowhere on it.
They would have used her name and her face to promote it. And look, if Jaclyn did come out with something like this, with that sort of packaging.
Oh, vom.
Oh, girl. No.
Yeah, I'd be suing my friend over that design. Whatever happened to that?
Oh, he dropped the case.
Oh, good, because that's stupid. So, case closed. Fuck you. People are done.
Goodbye.
See you later, friend. Okay, on to a few Jeffree Star updates.
Yeah.
So we've got more photos of the concealers.
Yes, it's a black and white photo.
Yeah,
so
of course.
We don't actually know what they're going to look like. People are saying, oh, they look high coverage, but let's keep in mind that they're heavy swatches of concealer.
Yeah.
Pretty much all concealer looks pretty full coverage when you swatch it like that. So does foundation.
Yeah, so when you blend it out is when you know what it's like.
Yeah.
But there's photos.
There is.
There's also updates on his clothing line. So months and months and months ago, we showed the lovely faux leather pink and black vests. Roll my eyes at that. But he's also brought out hoodies.
Yep, custom dye, guys. Custom dye.
Which is like the fancy term for tie-dyed that's been happening since like the 60s.
Forever.
Anyway, so if you want to get yourself a custom dyed hoodie for $45 US, then, enjoy. It's there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Also an update on the hair in the Skin Frost drama that we talked about last week.
Fucking hell.
That escalated quickly.
That escalated really quickly. Jeffree did go on at this girl on Twitter, which he always does.
But can we just say though, she was getting her knickers in a twist.
Oh, she was. And here's the thing, on the 2nd of January, right, she posted a photo of the Skin Frost with the hair. Mm-hmm. At 5:18 a.m. on the 3rd of January, she said, I have contacted customer service twice and I have yet to get a reply. Now, the 2nd of January, I'm just going to double check this so I'm not putting my foot in it. It was a Monday, all right? Now,
and it would have been a public holiday Monday.
Public holiday.
From New Year's Eve.
Yes, all right?
Or New Year's Day or whatever it is.
And she's saying, I've emailed customer service twice, between sometime on the 2nd of January, which is a public holiday, to 5:18 a.m. on the 3rd of January, and she's upset that she hasn't got a reply yet.
Yeah, that I would get shitty at that. But I wouldn't get shitty at the way Jeffree Star did, but it is very unreasonable, and people need to realise that until customer service is replaced by robots, you can't expect people to work 24 hours on public holidays, over Christmas and holidays. It's unfair. Like, you just have to wait. Just wait and they'll get back to you. But she's also saying that because she made a hoo-ha about it online, that's when, like, people started noticing.
Well, of course they would have.
Because you're putting out bad press.
If they're not working, if it's their day off because it's a public holiday where they're not obligated to work, and then all of a sudden people are blowing up on Instagram saying, look at this disgusting, disgraceful, revolting, dirty, blah, blah, blah. Of course someone's going to be like, fuck, check those emails and get back to her.
And they're willing to send out her a new one or something.
Yes.
But but he was like, oh, but that's convenient because it was after I kicked up a stink. Yeah, because you're impatient.
Yes, you are impatient.
But let's get to what Jeffree Star said to her, because he was being a bit of a jerk. And that's... I think it's unfair.
So he was saying, when strangers online tweet you hate all day, you have to stop and say a silent prayer for them. They're obsessed. Then he put up the definition of obsession. He said, when someone tries to tear down your happiness, you have to wonder why they're so miserable inside. People believe everything they hear online without asking any questions. Let's leave that habit in 2016. And it goes on, but she confronted him about it and
Good on
said,
her, though. That's
my tweets aren't about you. My team refunded you and is fully investigating what happened. Why are you being so aggressive? And here's the thing. His tweets are about her, all right?
Yeah.
We're not dim.
Yeah.
We're, you know...
And he does it all the time. He does. Well, talk about someone, but be too chicken shit to actually call them out.
And he's quite passive-aggressive about it. And he always... he always talks about how people are aggressive and bullies and scum. And, like, he says really derogatory things that generally are not correct. Like, you can't call her aggressive and...
Just because she confronts you without a tweet.
She's not being aggressive. Yeah. Like, you might want to tweet the definition of aggressive, Jeffree. Because, you know. But yeah, he eventually blocked her again. Yeah. And, So Jeffree did finish up. He said, you're disturbed and I'm done letting you turn this into a circus. We handled your issue. Have a great new year. #blocked. #bully. These bitches on Twitter really are desperate for 5 seconds of attention. Thank God for the block button.
Yeah, so he does tend to blow up at people, and then instead of actually having to deal with their response, he just blocks them. And if anyone questions it, blocks them. Yeah. It's just the way he rolls. So, you know...
I will say, since we're being totally, like, both sides of the story... Sierra Jewel finished up by saying, I don't care for the drama. All I wanted was to get out there that his quality was questionable. Now, she did fuel the fire. She was replying to hundreds of tweets. She was like, she didn't tweet about it and then be like, guys, I'm letting customer service deal with it, but just for your
but the
records.
Thing is, like, I think what it is that is she got impatient.
Yeah, she did.
There's a lot of people that are too impatient, too entitled, don't actually work enough to understand the process of a business and know that they might not be manning those emails because they are seeing their family for holidays. Like, chill the fuck out. Yeah. And so she was being impatient. And
she wanted instant gratification.
Correct. Yeah. And she wants instant, like, someone to kiss her ass and say it's all going to be better. Yeah. And then when she didn't get that, she actually did make a circus out of it. She did. Because she wanted a response.
She did.
And
sometimes,
she got it.
Sometimes you have to wait for your response.
Yeah, you do. I agree.
Patience, it's a virtue.
Yeah, it is indeed. Okay, can we go on to Kat Von D? Sure. Another palette that's out. The Pastel Goth palette is also now available. So once again, I kind of mad respect for people that sneak peek things a week before it's released. I much prefer that. So it's available at the Kat Von D website, and I'm not too sure when it's coming to Sephora.
But it retails for $38 US.
Yeah. And which is not too bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Also, just a quick update. Jerrod Blandino is showing a photo of Candy Johnson. It looks like a bit of a creeper photo where he's like touching the screen, like caressing the screen. I don't know if it's a video. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit
Sorry,
like
I know that's really fucking creepy.
Jerrod,
and it's just
back off, alright?
Fucking don't touch me, you weirdo.
Yeah, so clearly that is, well, knowing Too Faced collabs, they take about 7 months of sneak peeking to eventuate to anything. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but
we snuck peeked it. This always happens. We sneak peek it so early that we have to continue to sneak peek to keep you interested, which is just so
And also another update is the MAC Caitlyn Jenner collection.
Yes.
There's more photos, but I wanted to draw attention to the actual photo of Caitlyn Jenner. You know, I've seen nice photos of her taken by MAC. We'll put some on the screen. Some really good looking ones. This looks like one of those death portraits.
Yes, it absolutely does. Also, She's got some nice boobies. Please don't be fucking offended. It looks like she's had a stroke because the face is droopy. That pose is not good. Yeah. And I also heard that MAC let her do her own makeup for that shoot.
Well, you know, if she wants to, but I just think that
it's not
good.
It's not good marketing.
No, it's not. But that photo shoot, there were photos from it that looked great. The
fact
that they picked this one,
right.
I question it.
I don't get it because I don't like that. Looks like a really fucking nice collection.
Yeah,
right?
It does actually.
That looks really like
great collection.
I could buy just about everything from that collection and use it.
Oh, there's some beautiful swatches of the eyeshadows and stuff.
Yeah,
They look
like
so
the
nice.
collection looks so good, but then I see that photo and I'm like,
I don't want to get ready for my coffin photo.
No.
But it is like back in the day when like there weren't many cameras and you had to hire a photographer. People literally took photos of their loved ones after they had passed away, so because they couldn't afford to take photos of them while they're alive.
Yeah.
And that's what this looks like. It's kind of like creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's creep.
Anyway, on to the next update. A while ago we talked about a Lancome spring collection.
Yes, it is spring.
And we weren't sure what that flower was. We weren't sure if it was doing one of those
rose petal
blush things or if it was just like a powder puff. It's a highlighter.
It is. I still don't know how it's a highlighter, but it's a highlighter. So, yeah. Interesting.
Okay, so on to some sponge updates. So we were talking about you trying to use a silly sponge, whatever. A few people have copied the silly sponge and they have made it even sillier. So we've got an Evie Blender.
Oh, it does look like testicles, guys. I agree with you.
And it's textured.
It is textured.
You use sponges to like stop your face looking too textured, but this is like to give you a natural textured look. No,
it's not good. And
it does look like dog's balls.
Yeah, it's got glitter, and it's hard to tell if the glitter's meant to be like underneath. It kind of looks like it's
on the outside.
Oh,
yuck!
I'm
offended.
Not buying this. I am not buying this. I am anti-hauling this.
Yeah.
It looks like a poo nugget. A glittery poo nugget.
Yeah, it is bad. I do not approve. But we've also got Violet Voss who's jumping on the sponge bandwagon.
Yeah.
They've pretty much made the exact same thing as the silly sponge, whatever
except
the fuck it's called.
Egg-shaped and it's got pink bows on it and Violet Voss printed on it.
Yeah, and it retails for $9 US. They're cash grab. Desperate cash grab. Because you also have to realise that silicone is fucking cheap.
Yeah.
You could literally just go, yep.
You can go and make one of these yourselves. Actually, we should DIY one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. We should go to Bunnings and fucking DIY the shit out of that.
Because it would be super cheap to make and their markup would be crazy. It's just a cash grab.
It's not...
but there's also a third brand that's making another knockoff. What is it called? The Silosponge?
Silosponge. So the brand is Silo Beauty, and they've released the Silo Sponge. They've made an ad promoting this sponge.
It was for Facebook, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so. And essentially what they did is they took negative reviews from beauty YouTubers like Tati and used that footage where they're like, oh, this sponge is so bad, it's gross, it's crap. And then essentially said, ours is different, ours is better.
Yeah.
But silicon,
it's the same shit.
You haven't reinvented the wheel.
Yeah. But also a lot of YouTubers, like I saw Tati's video, she did contact them numerous times to try to get it taken down because...
And they refused.
Well, they didn't, I don't think they replied to her.
No.
Yeah, they didn't actually refuse, they just didn't contact her back.
Okay.
But it was, pretty much they were stealing people's content to... make an ad, which is really, really dodgy.
Yeah, it is.
Really dodgy.
It's really dodgy.
So,
but they actually took it down due to all the hate they were getting.
Good, so they bloody well should.
You know, that's what you get.
If you're going to start a brand that way, like by stealing a concept and then stealing people's footage,
it's
just
bad.
I hope you go bankrupt.
Yeah,
seriously,
it's just bad.
Not good.
You get what you deserve.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Okay, so even though we were talking about Jeffree Star before and we were talking about updates, there is more Jeffree Star.
There is.
So the first one we want to put up is that he put on Snapchat him going to destroy makeup.
Yes.
Now, this is interesting because we copped mass amounts of hate.
We still get shit about
this very second
makeup.
For destroying his highlighter and how we're throwing shade at Jeffree and we're just jealous bitches and all this kind of stuff. And from his minions. And then all of a sudden Jeffree must have got wind that destroying makeup is trending.
And 1,000-degree knife is trending.
And 1,000-degree knife is trending. And people have been using the 1,000-degree knife, which is essentially just a heat, you heat up a fucking knife.
Until it's red hot.
Yeah. And people have been cutting through liquid lipsticks. But once again, this was only a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So people are taking some things that are trending, putting them together. Jeffree Star's one of them. I hope he gets his own fucking hate from his Jeffree Star minions being like, you're wasting makeup, you're wasting makeup.
And it's so annoying because it's alright for other people to do it, but when we do it, it's not okay. It's a waste. We're horrible, horrible people.
Yeah, but all of a sudden...
Stop wasting that thing that you broke up and then clearly repressed and said that you're going to use it about 5 times.
Yeah. No, it's just ridiculous. But also the fact that people were getting, they were getting so nasty to us and then all of a sudden their queen, Jeffree's doing it. It also kind of irritates me that someone finds something that people are interested in doing.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time Jeffree has taken some strong inspiration from smaller YouTubers and smaller, the highlighter challenge, which he almost, he did credit the girl, but he almost made it my thing. Yeah. I'm tagging people. It's a tag.
Yeah.
It's he's just jumping on the bandwagon and... Yeah, so I'm expecting a video coming out and I'm sure that people are going to alert us to it.
Yes.
So
I'm sure we won't be able to miss it.
But that also explains why we didn't cop any flack from Jeffree Star about our video.
Yeah.
It was probably because he looked at it and thought, oh, they got over 1 million views. I can do that too.
Yeah. But...
You're welcome, Jeffree.
He was smart to grab the 1,000-degree knife because if he just started smashing up makeup, it would have been a pretty obvious,
Copy.
Can see what's happening there. But he's taken 2 trends, he's put them together. He's not the first person to do it. I've seen people destroying makeup with a 1,000-degree knife for a little while now. So, there you go.
There you go. That's interesting. Also, he's sneak peeking a new highlighter, so a new Skin Frost, which is Siberian Gold.
Yes.
I don't know how many golds he needs in his collection, but clearly not enough.
One for every country, continent, and state in the world.
Yes. So that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And, another update that I forgot didn't talk about before, but for his androgyny palette, we know how last week we showed a photo of him wearing, orange eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Supposedly is from the Androgyny palette that's coming out.
Okay,
So
good stuff.
there you go.
Good stuff.
But then he's also sneak peeking a new metallic lip shade. At this very point in time, we think it might be a metallic red.
Yeah.
But I'm sure by the time this video is up, he would have been showing a few more photos.
I would think so.
Yeah. So, oh well.
All right, so we're going to move on to more lip products.
Yes.
Such fun.
There's going to be a few, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot. We've got Anastasia Beverly Hills. We've got lipsticks. Lipsticks in a bullet, potentially coming sometime 2017.
Yeah, but this is interesting, though, because looks like they're using other lipsticks as like comparison shades or doing something.
But if we look really close, it's got Anastasia logos.
Oh, okay, so it is definitely.
Yeah, so I think these are potentially like packaging
options.
Yeah. And
prototypes.
And yes, prototypes. And then, playing around with formula and stuff like that. So, they're coming.
They're coming.
They're coming if you like lipstick.
Yeah, but if you like lipstick in palettes, then you'll be okay because they're also bringing that out.
They are. And this is an interesting palette. I like these shades. I think they're very on trend. And then they've got like this sort of primary colours, white and black to darken it up, stuff like that. It also comes with a palette and a brush / double-ended spatula. So
which is really good.
That's
really good.
How you do double-ended brushes.
Yeah.
Put a spatula on one end because you can't fuck that shit up.
Yeah, that's great.
Permanent item. It's going to retail for $48 US.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. It will be online on the website January 10th and online Sephora, Ulta, Macy's and Dillard's around March the 1st.
And it's 18 matte ultra pigmented rich lip colours. Yep. Sounds really, really promising.
It does.
And what I have to say, this is the first time I've seen a palette in a very long time that claims to be a pro palette.
Yeah.
And actually is a fucking pro palette. So I don't like lipstick palettes. It just doesn't suit the way I do my makeup.
No.
But this intrigues me.
I would not buy this for my personal use. I would buy this for my kit in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah. And I'm sure that they would have been working on the formula for a long time.
Yeah.
They've nailed things like eyeshadows. They've nailed highlighters. It seems like everything they're doing these days is they've got the Midas touch.
Yeah, they really do.
I think but I've heard bad things about their foundation. But
well, actually, I'm still kind of keen to try that.
I heard it's very firm.
Is it? Yeah. I just don't want to buy it online. I just have issues with that.
Okay, and there's a collaboration happening as well in the works with Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is.
So we've got Patrick Star.
Yeah.
Patrick Star making a face.
Pushing up his man boobies.
Yeah. And we believe that this is to do with the lipsticks that are launching later in the year.
Yeah, that's our prediction.
Yeah.
But there you go. There's more lip talk, but maybe we'll cut into the lip talk with some more collabs because we're on the collab train. Yeah. Why the hell not?
So Maybelline have recently announced that they've got... Are they faces?
It's the faces of the new mascara launch.
Okay. So just the faces of the mascara launch.
You know that shiny gold one that we saw a while ago? Yeah. That mascara.
All right. So we've got Manny MUA and Makeup by Shayla.
Which is an amusing combination.
Oh, it's so funny. I betcha Maybelline had no fucking idea.
No, they wouldn't have.
No fucking idea.
Yeah. So,
and this just goes to show how out of touch they are.
That's true.
With the makeup community.
So, we only know this because we've been doing beauty news for a year now. So, or coming up to a year next week. Or the week after, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would have had no clue either.
Yeah.
But Manny is a good friend of Jeffree Star.
Mm-hmm.
Like bum chums, good friends. Probably not the right term, but good friends.
Oh yeah,
Whoops. Anyway, good friends. And Makeup by Shayla, she had a bit of a shit fight with Jeffree Star that was public, and it was on Snapchat, and they were like down each other's throats, and it was getting messy. So this is an interesting pairing because it would put Manny in a really awkward position.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are wanting to boycott this mascara launch because they just think Manny's a bit of a shifty bastard. And I think I can understand why they think that, because he always seems to be saying things and then doing another thing and supporting Jeffree Star, but then doing this collab with Shayla and all this kind of stuff. But I do think that it shows that he is almost potentially standing up to Jeffree Star and saying, look, I don't want your shit to affect my brand.
Shit. Yeah.
Like, so I respect that. I think it's a weird thing. I also think that Maybelline is scrambling. I feel like having CoverGirl allocate a cover boy. Yeah. I think they're just like, fuck, we are behind with the times. We need to find someone who's more popular than this kid that does makeup on Instagram. Oh, Manny MUA. Let's chuck some money his way. So I think they are scrambling a little bit.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It's a bit, I don't know. This is what drugstore brands are like, though. They're so... They just don't get it.
No, they don't get it. One more collaboration that's been announced is... Well, it's not so much a collaboration, but Gwen Stefani pairing up with Revlon. So she's not actually collaborating to make any particular product as far as I'm aware. It's more that she's going to be one of the faces of the brand. A lot of people are kind of finding that really strange because I think she's vegetarian or vegan or something. Yeah,
I think she's vegetarian.
Yeah, like a well-known vegetarian, and they're not a cruelty-free brand, so they find that that's quite... it's a bit fishy for her to pair up with a brand that's...
I mean... Yeah. You would think that being a vegan that she would also try to use cruelty-free makeup. That isn't necessarily true. We don't know. So, you know, if she does try and wear cruelty-free makeup, then you would think, well, she wouldn't even wear Revlon. Why would she be interested? But, you know, this is just a situation of money talks.
Yeah, exactly right.
It is what it is. This is like... It's what makes the world go round, unfortunately.
True, very true. Okay, back to lip products. Now, Hourglass did do a sneak peek.
They did.
They were very cryptic. And people were possibly guessing that this was a setting spray. Yep. It would work well with their new foundation.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Exactly right.
It's a fucking disappointment.
It is a fucking disappointment. So it ends up being a kind of lip crayon.
It's called the Girl Lip Stylo.
Girl Lip Stylo.
Wow.
It is, And it's $32 for this lip crayon thing. People aren't impressed.
This is so
generically boring.
Yeah. Hourglass is losing it.
They're losing their marbles, that's for sure. But the fact that they do like big sneak peeks and they're like, what is it?
Oh my god!
Hey, I've got an idea. Maybe they're doing that because they're trying to get ideas for better things to do.
Maybe.
They're like, what do you want to see? What do you think this generic shape is? And it was like, setting
spray!
A new primer! And then they're just like, no, actually, it's just a boring lipstick. But we'll get onto the setting spray. Great idea, guys.
Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for the tip.
Yeah, so that might be it.
Maybe.
Oh well. Anyway,
watch this space.
Yeah, watch this space. You'll see that in a few months' time they'll be coming out with setting spray.
Yep.
Okay, Smashbox is also on the palette bandwagon.
Yes, they are.
They've got two B legendary palettes. One is matte, one is cream.
Yes, and they pretty much look the same.
Yeah, but they're different formulas.
They are. They're different formulas and they are different. So if you like mattes, then you've got, you know, the one at the top. And if you like creams, you've got the one at the bottom.
Yeah, so that's that.
That's the thing.
I would still prefer the Anastasia Beverly Hills one.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, and Illamasqua, I think they're relaunching a whole range of lipsticks.
Yeah, I think so.
It is the Anti-Matter Lipsticks. And this is interesting because they have been purging a lot of their old shades, having them up for sale, getting rid of them. And to be completely honest, I've had a few of Illamasqua's lipsticks, and the normal cream versions are very matte, and the matte ones are like
they're
dry, chalky, horrible beasts. So I think what they're slowly trying to do is potentially redo all their matte lipsticks.
Yeah.
So these are semi-matte formula, which I think is also kind of like the reason behind the name Anti-Matter. Like it's we're kind of anti it being really matte, potentially.
Here's something that gets me about these though. It says, the description says, a semi-matte finish that opposes predictable lip textures. What does that mean?
I think it means that they copped a lot of shit for their other ones being like emphasizing skin texture and being really, really chunky and disgusting, because I couldn't use them. They were unusable, gross. And I've got normal lips. I don't have dry lips at all, and I could not wear them. I think this is more like, it will glide over lip textures, even though it's matte. So, okay, it's actually creamy and not chalky.
How lipsticks should be.
Yes.
Illamasqua.
Thank you. Maybe that's why you had to get pulled out of Maya, because your lipsticks were rubbish.
Yes.
It's a shame.
Yes.
It's a shame. Okay, and we love this one.
Oh, tell us what it is, Kat.
Sugarpill.
Sugarpill!
This makes me laugh. Look, Amy, the founder, she's a girl after my own heart. So they're bringing out a new metallic liquid lipstick. So they had the pumpkin spice one. This one is a gold. And it's called the Glint. But if you can just kind of step back a bit, blur your eyes a little bit, what do you think the name says? That's right, it's cunt. I don't think it was on purpose, but it was miraculous.
Oh, you know what? I hope it was on purpose.
She did have a comment though. Some people were saying that they were reading it as clit. And she said that when they did the font, she said something like, I'm glad that's what you saw.
Yeah.
Because I saw something else.
I reckon she's done it on purpose.
No, I reckon she's going with like a disco kind of theme.
Yeah.
And then she was just like, well, and they probably didn't fix it because it was funny.
It is funny.
It is really funny.
And you know what? On purpose or not, even if they did notice it and they decided to leave it.
Well, they did notice it. Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
Good on her. She's one of our kind of... We like to have a bit of a joke.
Maybe instead of calling people cunts on Beauty News now, we should call them glints.
Yeah, glints. Yeah, you glint. Hashtag glint.
No one will ever get it, but, you know, except the people that watch this episode.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay, on to Colourpop that are releasing new liners to match some of their most popular ultra matte liquid lipsticks.
Yes.
And they're also releasing the Lipsticks, the Matte X formula in matching shades. Yes. Now, I have to definitely say that the liners do match they've got the same name as the liquid lipstick.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But the Lipsticks... Yeah. They've got different names and a lot of them look very different. Yes. Like, we're looking at these two purples.
The matte X's are the ones that line up with the liners.
Yeah.
And they're good. But the ultra matte liquid lipsticks
are generally darker.
Are not the same. Sorry, Colourpop.
Yeah. If you're going to have 3 lip products that are supposed to all match but in different formulas, A, have them all the same name so you don't double up in shades if you don't accidentally want to.
Yeah.
And also have them actually match. These don't look like they match.
They don't.
Yeah, the lipstick and the lipstick, the lip liner and the lipstick match but have different names.
Yeah.
And then the lip liner and the liquid lipstick have matching names but are different colours.
Yeah.
So
I don't get it.
I like the reasoning behind it. I don't like the execution of it.
No.
Okay, on to Lime Crime. They're releasing a new Velvetine.
They are. It's a pretty shade.
Yeah.
It is called Scandal.
Scandal, honey.
That's scandalous.
Scandalous.
It's not as good as Glint.
No, but they're also releasing a highlighter palette.
Oh,
called Hi-Lite.
Hi-Lite. Now, I believe there's actually going to be 2 or 3 of these.
Potentially. Hopefully they are. That'd be a smarter move.
2 for sure. One's blue,
one's
purple.
People are saying that this is holographic packaging.
Yeah, but would it really shift that much? You would still see some of the...
No, I think it's definitely... this girl's carrying one palette that when you move it, it's like that opalescent kind of shift.
It shifts from purple to blue.
Yeah. But, so there.
Actually, I think I'm wrong here because these lollies down the bottom are showing like a bluish green and a pinkish purple, so... It's like a shifting thing. Do you see them?
But they're just...
they're little emojis, but they're showing like the colour shift.
Is that what they're showing? I thought it was just being cute.
Well, it's cute and it's clever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you do love Lime Crime, which a lot of people do, they're bringing out a highlighter palette, and I'm sure that by the time this video goes up, we might have more photos than what we're talking about.
I want to see what's inside.
Otherwise, we'll do updates in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another kind of update on I guess a highlighter palette, but sort of not. BH Cosmetics brought out the Carly Bybel palette, which went nuts. So it had a few eyeshadows and a few highlighters.
Yep.
And it's probably the most popular BH Cosmetics product they've ever released.
Yes.
They're bringing out a version 2, or at least they're alluding to a version 2. So if you liked that one, then you might like this one too. So enjoy. What's Armani bringing out?
Oh, Armani is making me excited. They're bringing out a powder fabric foundation, full coverage liquid foundation with SPF 25. I don't know why Armani put SPF in their foundations. Like, I know a lot of people are like, I like it. But these foundations that they make, like, they are so fucking good. They are good for everyday wear, they're good for photography, they're good for film. But when you start putting SPF in foundation, it kind of makes it photography redundant. Yeah. Because it doesn't look good, all right? The flashback is bad.
I'm also going to say that I wouldn't wear an Armani foundation to work on a daily basis.
No.
I wear it to a special event where there's more likely going to be flash photography.
Yeah. I honestly, this is my biggest issue with Armani or any high-end brand putting sunscreen in their foundations. It's not necessary, all right?
Yeah. And if you want sunscreen, put on it.
If you can afford to buy a $110 foundation, you can fucking afford to buy sunscreen.
Yeah,
right?
I agree. But they're also bringing out a Chinese New Year something.
Yeah, is it a powder? Yeah, I think it's a powder. Armani Glow Face Powder Compact. It's got a rooster pressed into it. It's whatever.
Okay, then we've got some more illuminating things as well. Lorac are bringing out Light Source Illuminating Primers.
Yes.
It's a thing. Milani are bringing out highlighters.
They're a thing well.
TheBalm are bringing out Photobalms. These aren't highlighters, these are just powders.
I think they're meant to be like coloured face powders.
Or like powder foundation.
I think, powder foundation. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, I don't even know. We have some new releases from Christian Louboutin. These are just... they're
mini nail polishes, but they look phenomenal.
Oh, these are the Loubichrome mini nail colours. They're limited edition and they are wicked.
And they're $30 each, and I want at least one of them, and I'd never want to use it. I want to put it on a shelf and just like stab intruders.
Yeah, you're going to die with style.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's super cute.
I love these.
I like it.
I'm tempted.
Another thing that Taylor is loving and I am not loving. So Haku Hodo has announced collab with Snoopy. Now, I think this is tacky as fuck. I'm not a big Snoopy fan, just like I'm not a big Mickey Mouse fan.
Yeah.
I just kind of lump them all in the same kind of like old person cartoons. It's weird, whatever. Yeah. But I also think it's going from something that is quite, I don't want to say lowbrow because that's not really accurate for Snoopy, but something that's like just generic. Yeah. And mixing it with something that's super, super high end, and it kind of cheapens the Haku Hodo brush.
Yeah. I would kind of agree with that. It cheapens the brand. I think it does, but I think any collaboration that Haku Hodo did with pretty much any like cutesy brand.
Yeah, exactly. If it was like a pairing with an artist and you put like a design or something on the brushes. I would get that.
But if they did like Disney princesses, Snoopy,
it would
Mickey Mouse,
correct,
anything like that.
Leave that to BH Cosmetics and cheap brands.
Yes.
And Morphe and shit.
I will say though, I actually have a special little soft spot for Snoopy. That was like, I loved it when I was a kid. So there's potentially money going to be exchanged for goods.
And it's 9,266 yen.
Yeah. Which I believe is $92.
If you want a fancy brush with Snoopy on it and like a possible case.
Yeah, I think it comes with a little bag or something.
Snoopy fans can go nuts.
Yep.
Okay, and now on to another brush thing that fuck me dead is the most disgusting thing I've seen on the internet for quite some time. So these are from unicorn lashes, and they are like mermaid brushes, but they look like fishing tackle, and they are appalling.
Yep.
They are, oh my god, they look like something you would fight in Final Fantasy 15.
They do.
They're bad.
I'm not into this at all.
Appalling.
How do you fucking store that?
You don't.
How do you hold that? Like, no.
And
another thing, stop voting.
Yeah.
Stop fucking voting. Make your own fucking decisions. You're
I
a
agree.
brand.
I agree.
Like, what is this?
I agree completely.
If you love them, buy them, support the brand. It's all good, but fuck me. I will say some of these could potentially look great as like display pieces, but tell me, how do I display this? Do I buy one of those racks for a samurai sword and put like little notches in it so I can have all my
It's stupid.
Just tell me how.
Also, yeah.
Can we talk about the quality of unicorn brushes? They're not good, all right?
No.
They are not good brushes.
No, because they spend their money on
this
designing shitty handles.
Shit.
But can we go from how this is a dangerous concept, just chucking up these plans and having people vote on them, because Storybook Cosmetics has been finding that they are just putting up their concept things rather than actually making their own products and just putting up the photos of the products. They put up the plans of the products, and then they're finding that a lot of people are ripping them off.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Who told you that was going to happen?
We did.
We did.
Yeah.
Who guessed that was going to happen? Anyone with half a fucking brain on the internet?
Yeah.
My God. We also have some, oh my God, this isn't a concept image. These are actual ferrules and bristles of brushes coming to Storybook Cosmetics. And they just look like
cheap brushes.
Oh, they don't look good. They look like cheap brushes that have been engraved.
Oh, can you also talk about their eyeshadows?
Yes! Let's talk about their eyeshadows. So, they put up a picture on Instagram. It says all 12 shades swatches... What? All 12 shades swatches subtly with a super fluffy brush. Okay, English. That's fine. And now it's time to wash my arm for the night before my skin is permanently stained. What? What?
So they're actually saying that their eyeshadows will permanently stain your skin. Okay, once again, this goes back to the fact that people from Storybook Cosmetics know shit all about makeup. They are like, pigmentation is the key, and put in staining products to make them really pigmented and long lasting. No, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. They are missing the mark.
It's comical.
You don't make brushes that you store with the brush down into the cup. You just don't do that because it doesn't make sense. You don't ask the internet, is this a pointy enough eyeliner brush? You just have to know your shit and go based on your experience and based on what you think is actually good. Mm-hmm. Stop putting shit out on the internet. Stop admitting that your products are going to stain the skin, because I know I ain't going to buy that.
I would never put something... No. If a brand said, buy this palette, our eyeshadows stain, I'd be like, buy.
Bye, Felicia.
Fucking no. I wouldn't even buy that to test it out for a video to tell people, don't buy it, this is bad, it stains. Yeah. I would not touch it. I don't want something that stains my face. Stain my lips, fine, because you exfoliate them on a regular basis anyway. No.
Everything they're doing is just wrong.
Oh.
It's wrong.
We also have some... Oh, this is so ugly.
Are they the molds?
Yeah, these are the molds for the arrow brushes.
The brushes that you store brush tip down.
So you can see the actual...
arrow up. Yeah. Stupid. Okay, let's move on from that. A few other random things we want to talk about. Finally, Brisbane has a Sephora that's opening soon.
Finally.
You guys will be happy because a few people were cracking the shits.
Yeah.
Also, the Sweet Peach palette is being released in Mecca Maxima stores on the 31st of January. So if you wanted to buy that stinky beast, then you can go do that on the 31st. So, yay. Okay, so I think that's enough for today's episode. I think we've covered a lot of ground and we've...
We got hot and grumpy really quick.
Yeah, and I'm sitting in a pool of my own sweat.
Yeah,
so we better have a refreshing drink and then destroy some silly sponges. Yes.
Yay.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Give this a like. Give it a share if you want to share it to friends.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you guys next week for the next episode of Beauty News.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.